Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into the absolute powerhouse that is Universiti Malaya. We're going to trace its whole evolutionary journey, literally from its very first foundational roots, right up to the modern global nexus of knowledge it is today. We'll see how an institution that was initially just built for nation building has adapted, grown, and aggressively pushed the boundaries of interdisciplinary research to make a massive mark on the world map. Let's get into it. So think about this for a second. 136. What does it actually take for a university to climb a staggering 136 places on the world stage in just 2 decades? I mean, that doesn't just happen by accident, right? It takes a relentless commitment to excellence, a huge willingness to adapt, and honestly, an incredibly strong foundation. To really grasp the magnitude of this achievement, we're going to analyze the specific strategic maneuvers they've made over the years. All right, let's start with Section 1, a century of history. You simply cannot separate the story of Universiti Malaya from the story of the region itself. It's almost like looking at a time capsule. Just look at this steady, purposeful evolution. It all kicked off back in 1905 when it was founded as the King Edward VII College of Medicine down in Singapore. Fast forward to 1949 and boom, the University of Malaya was officially established by merging with Raffles College. And as the whole region grew and evolved, so did the school. This led to a split into 2 autonomous branches in 1959. Finally, on January 1st, 1962, it was officiated as a public university right in the heart of Kuala Lumpur. That move cemented its status as the absolute oldest public university in Malaysia. Now, looking at this iconic 1960s architecture of the Dewan Tunku Chancellor, it's practically a physical manifestation of their early commitment to nation building. Constructed between 1965 and 1966 and officiated by Malaysia's first Prime Minister, Tunku Abdul Rahman, this building is way more than just concrete and glass. It stands as a historic monument to a newly independent nation that was investing heavily in the minds of its future leaders. And that brings us to a super crucial point, their 1962 motto. Ilmu Ponca Kemajuan, which translates beautifully to knowledge is the source of progress. This single phrase has literally been their compass for over a century. See, while their initial objective was fundamentally about building up a brand new nation, this motto shifted their focus as the decades rolled on. It basically challenged them to become a true nexus of knowledge, aiming to impact not just the local community, but the entire globe. Moving right along to Section 2, climbing the global ranks. So all of that rich foundational history has compounded into some seriously remarkable metrics lately. Get this, in the QS World University Rankings 2027, Universiti Malaya hit their highest rank ever. They claimed the 56th spot globally. That is a monumental achievement. It's the highest position ever reached by any Malaysian institution, firmly planting them inside the global top 100. It really just solidifies their status as a total educational powerhouse. What's fascinating here is that it's not just one lucky metric pulling them up. Take a look at these scores. They hit a 93.1 in employer reputation and a 92.8 in academic reputation. That proves they're not only producing highly sought-after graduates, but they're also commanding deep respect from their global peers. Plus, with a score of 93.4 in the International Research Network, they hold the second highest collaborative research position in all of ASEAN. The data speaks for itself, right? It clearly establishes them as the region's most influential higher education force outside of Singapore. And honestly, even the leadership over at QS recognizes this momentum. Ben Sauter, the QS Senior Vice President, explicitly pointed out that the system has significant strengths and a clear trajectory for further advancement. This completely ties back to that massive leap of 136 places over 20 years that we talked about earlier. We're looking at a sustained, long-term upward trajectory here that shows absolutely no signs of slowing down, all driven by an expanding international profile and top-tier academic excellence. Let's jump right into Section 3, inside the academic experience. Okay, so how does a top-tier institution actually run day-to-day to support these kinds of massive achievements? Well, it takes a highly rigorous, structured operational rhythm. If you look at this breakdown across a 22-week first semester, a 21-week second semester, and a 9-week special semester, the university is managing a super intense schedule. We're talking lectures, revision weeks, and exams. It all kicks off with their Week of Welcome, or WOW orientation, which basically sets the pace for students across 13 different faculties, 2 academies, and multiple research centers. It's a huge logistical undertaking. But beyond the strict calendar and all those rigorous exams, It's really this vibrant, diverse, and inclusive student community that serves as the true engine for the university's continuous innovation. The university itself explicitly attributes its strength to its people. It's the empowered staff and these collaborative students working together in such a dynamic environment that actually create the knowledge and the societal value the university is so famous for.
All right, bringing us to Section 4, Driving Future Research.
So, leveraging all that incredible student and faculty talent brings us perfectly to their strategic plan. Because to tackle the world's biggest challenges, the university has carefully defined what they call thrust areas. The whole idea here is to push researchers out of isolated silos and get them into collaborative, impact-driven platforms. And these aren't just random, out-of-the-blue topics. They were selected based on hard data analysis of past research, national needs, and pressing international trends. It's a highly targeted approach designed to ensure their research provides tangible, substantial societal impact. Just look at the sheer breadth of this list. From utilizing AI in innovative health to harnessing Malaysia's megadiversity for nature-inspired fundamental research, these specific clusters are designed to directly benefit humanity. They're combining physical and cyber systems for Industry 4.0, they're actively tackling climate change under sustainable living, and they're creating new tech to make a smart society a reality. Basically, they're making sure that this research doesn't just sit collecting dust in a textbook, but is actively developed to benefit both the nation and the entire global community. When you step back and look at this incredible evolution, we really have to ask ourselves, how will this century-old institution's relentless pursuit of knowledge ultimately reshape our world tomorrow? I mean, from a small medical college in 1905 to the 56th ranked university in the whole world, Universiti Malaya has just continuously redefined what's possible. As they push forward with these ambitious new research thrusts, one thing is for sure, their journey of impacting the world, it's really just beginning. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I hope this deep dive into Universiti Malaya has sparked your curiosity about the future of global education and research.